All right, Shalom. We're good. Yep. All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Ruach Kodash, the bonus to the elder apostles, great millstone, and citation, much love, Yakim out there, pushing out his word, truth, and sincerity. And I just want to do a quick video, Lord's will, and it's edifying to the hopeful elect out there. All right. And really to the masses of the people to whomever this video may reach, this is for you. So listen up. All right. This is the Lord, Yahweh Yahushai speaking, because the time is nigh at hand. All right. And we've been telling you about this. All right. We've been telling you about World War III. And look, now everybody want to talk about it. We've been telling you about the signs of the Lord returning. All right. We're not telling you that the Lord's coming this tomorrow or tonight, but we're telling you that he's close. So get yourself right, man. Return. If you're an Israelite, you're so-called Negro, Latino, or Native American, you need to get right. All right. Before you receive a death, an atrocious death. All right. So again, we're just going to go into these scriptures, make this quick and to the point. All right. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 9 verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the earth, the world which he made. And that's what the Lord is doing right now. All right, the Lord has begun. He's been visiting the earth, man. And we've been telling you, we've been warning you, and now we're getting closer to the end, okay? Because in Matthew 24, when you read we're going to get to it. It tells you that the end is not yet, all right? But these things have been happening for a while now, all right? So we're getting closer to the end, man. We're not telling you an exact date, but we're warning you that we're getting to the end of this thing, man. We are very close to the Lord returning, man. All right? World War III is prophesied in the Bible. Okay, the mark of the beast will come before all hell breaks loose on World War III. All right, it's because it's already here. The mark of the beast, which is RFID chip, is already here. It just hasn't been made mandatory yet, but it will. Okay, so going on, it says, verse 3 says, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world. Isn't there not earthquakes everywhere? There's earthquakes everywhere. Just Google it. They just had earthquakes in Puerto Rico this whole week, man. You got uproars of the people everywhere, protests, the yellow vest protests going on over a year now, the protests in China, all right, the protests in Iran, Iraq, everywhere, man. There's people having uproar. Even here in America, there's uproars, man. Not on the level as other countries, but nonetheless, there's uproars, man. There's sedition among men, and it's going to get worse and worse for you people, man. All right, the race riots, the civil riots, all the riots, man. Right, and ultimately it's going to be civil war, civil unrest here in America, and it's going to be at the time of World War III as well. All right, so it's all downhill for you people. All right, because you didn't want to hearken to the Lord, because the Lord speaks through his prophets. Okay, verse 4, 2nd Ezra 9 and 4. Then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. So the Lord spoke about these things. He told you what he was going to be doing right before he returned. He told you how the earth would be, in what state the earth would be before he returned. And you people refuse to hearken. Be like, oh, well, they've been saying that for years. There's been wars for years. There's been earthquakes for years, but never like this. Never has the earth seen this kind of situation on, and it's going to intensify, man. That's why we're warning you. We're telling you that the return of the Lord is nigh, man. The Lord gave us clear signs of what was going to be happening on the earth. All right. To show us that he's coming soon, man. To get yourself right. And then guess what? The prophet spoke it before it came, man. At World War III. All right. We're at the cusp of that, man. And we understand the mark of the beast is going to come. But what? It's a process. World War III doesn't happen overnight. But you see that the rumors of wars in the wars, man. All right, what America just did to Iran was an act of war. All right, when you blow some a top general into smithereens, that's an act of war. I don't know if you people know what war is, but that is when missiles flying through the air, blowing generals up. That is war, man. All right, it hasn't escalated to world war yet. Okay, but it will. You go into your history. Go look at what happened in World War I and World War II and see if that happened overnight. That went on through a period of years, man. All right. Just like World War III has been brewing up, man. But it hasn't really exploded yet because the Lord still got prophecies to be fulfilled. And that's why we're warning you to get right, because you have a short time to get right. All right. Things weren't happening like this 5 years ago, man. All right. Matthew 24. And I'm going to go straight to the point. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. We just explained that. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. So you see these things happening. You're like, oh, well, the end's not, maybe in 20. No, we understand that. We're not saying that just because America shot some missiles that the Lord's returning tomorrow. We're telling you that, look, the Lord is coming soon because of what is happening, man. Because the Lord told us that would be happening. You don't have to believe it. That's on you. That's your problem. We're not losing sleep over people that don't believe us, because ultimately you don't believe the Lord, because we're reading out of the Bible, the one you claim to read every night, supposedly. All right, here's Romans 3:3. It says, for what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of the Most High without effect? So what if you don't believe? The Lord don't care if you don't believe. He matter of fact, he gave you the unbelief, so that way you can be utterly destroyed, beat the powder. All right, verse 4 says, God forbid, yea, let God be true, but every man a liar, as it is written, that thou mightest be justified in thy sayings, and mightest overcome when thou art just. So we're going to be justified in our sayings, because we've been telling you what's been coming. We've been telling you what the words of the Lord say, but you refuse to hearken. So death unto you, okay? Woe unto you. All right, if you don't believe the words of the Heavenly Father, guess what? That's not going to change anything. If the scripture said, let every man be a liar, but the Most High be true. And guess what? We're not coming with our own opinions or how we feel or this is our timeline. No, this is what the Lord said. Again, we don't have an exact date, all right, of when the Lord's returning, but I can bet my bottom dollar that he's coming back soon. All right. Whether it be this year, whether it be next year, soon rather than later. It ain't gonna be 20 years down the road, man. Are you imagine this earth 20 years from now? There would be nothing. Hey, there would be nothing left to save. Stop. You know? Lamont, Cage. Salaki, man. But the prophets have been warning you people, and you want to brush it off, man. You want to take, you want to laugh at us and not at the end of the day, we don't care what you think. All right. All we're doing is the words of the Heavenly Father. What's been commanded of us. We're just relaying the message. And then, but when now people are starting to, not really, but some people are starting to smell the fresh air. I had this Gadite that he's known the truth just as long as me. I told him the truth when I first came into it. He never bucked up against the truth, but he was never, for it, not for it, but he never, took heed, so to say. Every time something happens, all right, he just happens to hit me up either the next day or a couple of days after, because he knows, man. He knows what I told him. This thing with Iran popped off. He texted me the next day saying, I hope everything's good with you. I tell you, likewise, beautiful times we're living in. And I left it at that, because he knows exactly what I've told him. He knows that the prophecies are coming to pass. And now he's starting to, I'm sure he's sitting back at home thinking about life now, huh? Hey, you better get right, man. That's all I got to say before the time runs out. This is Ezekiel chapter 2, verse 5. And they, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear. So like Romans 3:3 says, so what if they don't believe? So what if you don't want to hear this word, or you want to just brush it off, right? And they, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear, for they are a rebellious house. Speaking about the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, our people, the Israelites, right? Because they're a rebellious house. They rebelled against the Lord. They didn't listen to the Lord. They ain't going to listen to us unless the Lord has ordained them to, all right? Giving them the ears to hear. So let me get this dog out of here. All right. Let me read that again. It says Ezekiel 2:5, and they, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear, for they are a rebellious house, yet shall know that there hath been a prophet among them. All right. So when you're going to know that there was a prophet among you when what? The prophecy happens. And now the prophecies are happening. They're speaking. All right. Like Habakkuk said, Let me get that real quick. This is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 3. I'll go straight to the point. It says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak. And guess what? We're at the end of these things, man. We're at the end. We're at the end of this era. We're at the end of this world. All right. This is the finale. Okay. The climax, so to say. All right. This is when everything is about to come to light. All right. The vision that was for an appointed time, all these prophecies, guess what? They're happening before your eyes, man. All right. The Lord is mustering up the hosts in the Middle East. All right. The Lord is gathering the heathen in the valley of Yahweh Shaphat, man. All right. The Lord's judgment, Jehoshaphat. All right. The Lord is pushing out the mark of the beast. All right. The Lord is stirring up the king of the Medes, man. The Lord is bringing earthquakes. The Lord is bringing the tempest, meaning storms. All right, fires all last year you had California on fire damn near the whole year. Now you got Australia on fire. All right. It says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it shall surely come. It will not tarry. And guess what? We've been waiting. We've been waiting for it, and now it's come. The prophecies are come, man. And it's all downhill for the wicked, and it's all uphill for the righteous. All right. You know that saying, I hate to tell you, but I told you so. Well, that's not what we're gonna say. We're gonna tell you. I love to tell you that we told you so, man. Because we've been telling you people, man. You've been had a chance to get right. All right. Ezekiel 33 and 33. And when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come. Then shall they know that a prophet hath been among them. So when these things are coming to pass, which they are, and they're going to continue to come to pass, then you're going to consider and know that there was a prophet among you the whole time. All right. Speaking the words of the Lord. Because again, the Lord is the one warning you. All right. Because a lot of the prophets, they didn't even want to deal with you knuckleheads, man. But the Lord sent them out there anyway. Because that's the duty of a prophet. You know, because we know if you didn't listen to the Lord, why would you listen to us? But what? We have a job to do. But again, the Lord is the one warning you. The Lord is the one giving you a warning, so to say. There's a word. I can't think of it right now, but it's all good. All right, this is Jeremiah 28 and 8. I'll start at 8. It says, the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence. So before the Lord, anytime, all right, and every time the Lord was about to bring down a kingdom, what would he send? He would send out his prophets to prophesy of the destruction of that kingdom, to prophesy against many countries, against great kingdoms, of war, of evil and of pestilence, man. We're telling you about these wars, the rumors of wars, before they even happen. We're telling you that the earthquakes are coming. We're telling you about all these natural disasters taking place. We're telling you about the uproars that are going to be taking place and are taking place, man. All right, beginning with the elder apostles on down, man. We've been pushing these prophecies for over 30 years, man. And now people, man, our apostles been talking about World War III since the 80s, man. Now, and here it is 2020. Now people want to make memes about it like it's a joke. Well, the same people making memes, all right? They're going to the Middle East to die over there, man. All right. It says, verse 9, the prophet which prophesied of peace. See, this ain't time for peace. The Lord is not. You look around the world. The Lord ain't bringing peace. Are you stupid? The Lord is bringing nothing but death and destruction, man. Chaos. All right. The Lord is bringing death on this earth, man, in a great way. It says, the prophet which prophesieth of peace, when the word of the prophet shall come to pass. What is the word of the prophet? The Heavenly Father's word. And guess what? Anybody telling you that the Lord is coming, to bring peace on earth and, it's going to be great. These last years are going to be great and this and that. It's time to get with your family and, everybody love each other. That's prophesying peace. That's not what the Lord is talking about. So it says when the word of the prophet come to pass. So instead of peace coming, all you see is chaos, right? Destruction. All right. Sedition, evil. All you see is evil on earth, man. All you see is the prophecies popping off, not peace. Sudden destruction shall come, right? It says when the word of the prophet shall come to pass, then shall the prophet be known that Yahweh hath truly sent him. So you're going to know who the Lord sent when the words of the prophet comes to pass. And clearly peace ain't coming right now. All right, peace will come when the kingdom of heaven is established after much bloodshed, okay? After much devastation on this earth, then the peace will come. But guess what? There's a whole lot of things that are going to happen before that. A whole lot of death and destruction, a whole lot of evil, all right? A whole lot of killing, okay? A whole lot of starving to death, eating each other, cannibalism's coming back, all right? Earthquakes, volcanoes erupting, storms on a whole nother level. Okay, World War III, the mark of the beast, the Lord fighting against the armies of this world. Okay, there's a lot of things that aren't peace that are coming in these last days, man. Okay, but what you're gonna keep thinking we're joking until the Lord just destroy you, man. If you don't want to believe us, then hey, you don't have to. This isn't that you believe in isn't a requirement for the Lord to return. That's for sure. You're gonna believe the hard way. All right. When there's a missile coming, flying at you, then you're gonna believe it. All right. Where am I at? Okay. This is a Second Chronicles. This is 2 Chronicles 36 and 16. I'll start at 15. In Yahweh, the Most High, so like in Yahweh, the power of their fathers sent to them by his messengers. Who's the Lord's messengers? His prophets. All right. Again, we're just messengers. We're relaying a message. It says, sent to them by his messengers, rising up betimes and sending, because he had compassion on his people and on his dwelling place. So the Lord has compassion. You can't say the Lord is unrighteous. He's not a merciful power. How long he been having his prophets out here tell you the things that are coming, warning you to get right? Well, guess what? It's coming to a time where you ain't gonna be able to get right, man. It's gonna be too late because you refuse to hearken unto the words of the Lord through his messengers. All right, verse 16. But they mocked the messengers of the Most High and despised his words and misused his prophets until the wrath of the Lord arose against his people till there was no remedy. So you're going to keep laughing and mocking us and misusing us until, guess what? The wrath of the Lord comes upon you. Then guess what? Who's going to mock you? The Lord himself through his messengers. All right. That's in Proverbs chapter 1. Read it and weep. All right. Because again, we told you so. At the end of the day, we told you so, man. Really, the Lord told you so. But we're his mouthpiece. All right. We're going to close out a couple more scriptures here. All right. This is Baruch chapter 2, verse 20. For thou hast sent out thy wrath. Remember, we just read about how until the wrath came upon them. It says, Baruch 2 and 20, for thou hast sent out thy wrath and indignation upon us, as thou hast spoken by thy servants, the prophets. All right. Saying, thus saith the Lord, bow down your shoulders. That's going into, during the time of Babylon. But guess what? This is Babylon. All right. The great mystery Babylon. All right. And this time all you had to do was hearken unto the Lord. Okay. Hearken unto the Lord. That was it. That's all the Lord's asking, man. Take heed unto this word. All right. But what? That wrath and the indignation has been spoken about through who? The prophets, his servants, man. Amos 3 and 7, the Lord surely doeth nothing but revealeth his secrets unto his servants, the prophets, man. Okay. So who's going to tell you about the prophecies? The prophets. Hello. Okay. All right. So we'll close out on this. Second Ezra 1 and 32. It says, I sent unto you my servants, the prophets, whom ye have taken and slain. Because what? The prophets and the apostles, all those were prophets, man. But what? They've been slain. Our own people would slay us, man. That's coming to an end. You're not slaying us anymore, man. The Lord's coming to defend his servants now. All right, there are going to be some martyrs, but the majority of them is going to be defended by the Lord. All right, because we fighting for the Lord going to fight for us this time. All right, whom ye have taken and slain and torn their bodies in pieces, whose blood I will require of your hands, saith the Lord. Just like the Messiah, man, Yahushua was a prophet. All right, And look what y'all did to him. So now all that blood of the prophets, right, is going to be required at your hands, man. So it would behoove you to take heed to the word of Yahweh Shemel Shai and prepare your household. All right, get ready because the nigh is at hand, man. The end is nigh. So with that, I'm gonna say Mawakla Babal Shalom Makiam. Take heed to whoever watched this, for it's too late.